What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. This is TWA Motorsports, and today we have some super exciting news. I am so excited, but I'm going to try to hold on for just 1 second. We are going to be talking about the Trans Am, but before we talk about the Trans Am, let's talk about what is missing from my driveway. There's no Tahoe, there is no Buick, there is no Camaro. So my wife has actually gone in the Buick, so that is why it's not here. Also, the truck is not here. It is still at paint. That'll be coming in a future video. I feel like we're getting it back soon. But the SS, guys, I've started to collect some parts for that to put it back to stock. Now, I know some of you hate that, but it's going back to stock. My wife has actually been driving the Buick because she's not a big fan of how loud it is. The transmission does some wonky things when it's not at full throttle. And to be quite honest with you, I just want to get that thing back to stock. So I have got a stock LS3 intake and the fuel rail injectors. I also have rounded up a set of heads and a stock cam. So as bad as this sounds, yes, that is going to change. Now I'm going to keep all the appearance mods the exact way they are now, but as far as performance, it is all coming off and going back to stock. It will be a much better daily driver, much more dependable, and we might get into some more of that later. But as for the Camaro, the Tahoe sold. And I think I told you guys that in a couple videos back, but the Tahoe has been gone for about 2 weeks. The Camaro just sold last week, and a really odd thing about the Camaro. So a guy reaches out to me. I had it for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Guy reaches out to me, makes me an offer. We kind of meet in the middle with his offer and what I wanted for it, and he decides he wants to come look at it with his wife. They come look at it, they drive it. He says, yeah, for sure, I want it. He wanted kind of a project. He's had a couple in the past, but so he buys it. This is on a Friday. Now, Sunday morning, I wake up to a text message that says, hey, man, I would really like to sell this back to you at a loss. I should have put the money in my house. I really don't want this thing. Is there any way you would buy it back? So I told him, no, there's really no way. I really have that money set aside for other things, and we're going to talk about that in just 1 minute. But I really just don't need that car. It was keeping me from working on this. It was keeping me from getting other things done, the truck and whatnot. So I told him no, but it's kind of odd. I haven't had anybody actually reach back out to me and ask me if I wanted to buy something, at least like that soon. Now, I've had a couple years down the road, somebody asked me if I wanted to buy an old car back and whatnot, but never 2 days later. And he told me 30 minutes after he left my house, he thought he made a mistake and he shouldn't have bought it. But nonetheless, I told him if he's willing to take a loss, there would be no problem selling that car. So if you guys would like his info, just reach out to me. All my information is in the description down below. So if you guys are interested in that car and think you want to scoop it up, let me know. I will get you in touch with him. But on to what this video is all about. It's about the Trans Am. Now, I have been dragging my feet for a long time. I think this thing has been apart for almost 8 months now. And for what I did, I know it took quite a bit of time, and I'm still a ways out, but things are changing, and we are going to talk about why. But some of the things that are going to be coming off, the transmission is coming back out, the headers are coming off, the K-member is actually going to be coming out, which, man, this sucks because I'm basically going to be taking apart a lot of the progress that you guys have seen me make, but for good reason, and I'm going to show you that picture of why right now. So, if you guys are in a cave and don't know what that was, that is a twin turbo kit from Hair on Speed. Now, why would I decide so late to do this? Well, that kit just came out. Now, I have already put a deposit down. So I talked about when I sold the Camaro, where the money was going. It was going towards that twin turbo kit. I am so excited, guys. You do not know how long I have wanted a turboed F-body. I've only had 2 turboed vehicles in my entire life. I had a Cyclone, which was pretty quick, and then I had a little SS HHR, which was turbo 4-cylinder, and it was a lot of fun. But I've always wanted a twin turbo or a turbo V8. As you guys know, I put a turbo K-member in this car, but the downside is the turbo K-member that BMR makes is not going to work with this new kit. Now, Hair on Speed has had a twin turbo kit out for a while. The problem with the twin turbo kit that they had out already is that you had to lose the AC because the 2 turbos mounted up front here, and there's the way the piping was, there was just no way to keep the air conditioning. Now, this is kind of a mimic of the APS turbo, twin turbo kit that came out a long time ago for these cars. And the turbos actually mount right behind, basically on the, if you had a shorty header, it would mount at the end of the shorty header. So enough room where it drains right into the pan on the backside, which we're going to have to remove the pan, obviously drill it and tap it for the lines. But everything stays in the stock location. So air conditioning, alternator, power steering, all the factory options stay right where they're at. The factory sway bar can stay in place. Absolutely crazy. I've been looking for something like this for a long time. I was originally going to go with, and this is part of the reasons I've been dragging my feet on this, and the radiator is something that I didn't put in because I was thinking about going with their single AC version, which the turbo sets kind of in here. And in order to do that, you have to run a different set of fans. You have to run a pusher style fan, which set here and here. You could still use the AC, but man, I just went back and forth on the fact that I've always wanted a twin setup, but I didn't want to lose the AC. I drive this car too much. I say I drive it too much. I haven't driven it in 8 months, but I want to drive it when it's warm outside. I don't want to sacrifice anything. I don't want to take the AC off. I don't want to take the power steering off. I don't want this to be a race car. I want it to be as functional as possible. Now, let's talk about engine. Obviously, the engine will be fine for now. I'm not going to run crazy amounts of boost. Now, he's launching this kit, and we kind of teamed up. So as of right now, we're kind of going to do a partner style program where I'm still paying, but I'm going to hopefully be able to showcase some of the parts and the way it fits and all of that for him, and for kind of a partial sponsorship deal. So hopefully everything works out, guys. I'm hoping that he can at least get me the K member so I can get a lot of this started early before I have to get the kit mounted. I wanted to have everything finished up so I can literally just bolt the kit on and go, and that's including drilling the holes in the oil pan and having those tapped and whatnot. But you don't even know how excited this is. So how exciting this is. I'm just like, I'm at a loss for words because I'm so excited. But anyway, why is it, obviously the headers have to come off, but why is the transmission coming out? Guys, I'm not going to risk, this transmission is not going to do any good with a twin turbo kit. It's just not. It's going to grenade the first time I make a hit on it. It's just not going to make it. Now, the engine, chances are, unless something comes up and I can find a forged short block, I want to run this and see kind of what we can get out of the stock engine. But as far as transmissions go, I think we're going to be swapping to a 4L80. Now I say I think, we are 100% going to swap to a 4L80, but this is going to drag the progress out a little bit more. Obviously, we have some more money going into it, so we're going to have to sell some more. Well, I don't know that we're going to sell any more stuff, but it might hinder maybe work on the old truck when I take all those parts off. Like I said, that's the reason I bought that car, is I'm taking all those parts off. I'm going to put them on my old truck, but that might hinder some of that progress, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I also, guys, I bought a fuel system from Racetronics for this setup. So I bought a single in-tank fuel pump, which I was going to do a whole fuel pump install, how to do it the correct way without cutting the stupid flap in the back. I am not a corner cutter. I am not going to cut a flap in the back, but now that chances are that would probably be enough fuel system for this motor, but I'm going to go ahead and at least do a dual pump. So I'm going to be selling the single pump setup and obviously moving on to a dual pump, and then we may have to run some new fuel lines, but a lot of this stuff is going to get torn apart, but it's all worth it, right? It's all worth it. I know that you guys are probably pretty sad, but let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it is worth the effort to do the twin turbo kit that I've always wanted, or do you think I should just leave it alone, put it back together and get it running? I don't know. Well, I say I don't know. I know what I want, and tell me what you guys think down in the comments below, like I said. But I am going to be selling the headers. I am going to be selling, like I said, the stock fuel system. I think I'm going to sell the transmission and the torque converter. Not really sure on the K member yet. I'm pretty sure, well, I mean, I'm going to sell it, but I'm waiting, obviously, to get the new one. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to start, what I'm going to take off first. Obviously the motor's going to have to come out again, which means all of the stuff I've worked so hard on is going to have to come out as well. But in the end, it's going to be worth it. Now it's going to take some more time, and you guys are going to have to be patient with me because it is going to take some more time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. As a matter of fact, the kit is not even shipping until the beginning of the year. We're thinking probably end of January, maybe February, but that doesn't mean you're not going to see any content on this, because I'm going to go ahead and get it off the lift. I don't know how soon I'm going to do that, but I'm going to get it on this side of the garage. The reason being is I can't, to do the fuel pump install, which I'm going to go ahead and have all that done before I get the kit, but to do the fuel pump install, I can't drop the rear end with it on the lift. Obviously, I don't have a 4-post lift, a 2-post lift. If I had a 2-post lift, I'd be able to get the rear end out from under it, and then we could get the tank out. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to do that on the ground, and so in order to do that, I'm going to put it on this side of the garage. Obviously, we're going to have to move some stuff around, but yeah, I'm going to get it on this side. Whether I take the engine out first and get all that stuff out of the way, I'm not real sure, but there's going to be tons of content, guys, on this, so don't think I'm giving up. I am 100% not. I'm more energized now than ever before, and I'm excited to get some of this stuff going. But guys, hopefully this is exciting news to you. Hopefully, well, if you like this video, please go down and smash that thumbs up button. Guys, if you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. You have to go down there and subscribe now. We are getting ready to start a twin turbo kit on the Trans Am. It is going to be exciting. So, like I said, if you're not subscribed, go down there, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time we drop a new video. And, well, stay tuned to see this awesome project come together. Also, guys, so on a side note, tell me what you think on the Corvette. Now, the guy who bought my ZR1 has offered it back to me. Now, honestly, guys, I do not have the funds to fund all of this at one time. But do you think I should get rid of this car and buy the old ZR1 back? Chances are this car wouldn't sell quick enough. He's really dumped the price on it because he's found something else he wanted. I don't know. I'm back and forth. I really like the way this car runs and drives, but I really miss the ZR1. So tell me what you think. I don't have any plans to mod this car as of right now, and all my money is going to be tied up in this and the green truck, and then swapping the engine stuff over to my old truck. But tell me what you think in the comments about that too, because I've kind of been back and forth. Like I said, I really miss the ZR1. I really miss that car, but I may just be missing the color, or the fact that it was just, you didn't see them everywhere. You know, you see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of this color, but you do see a lot of these. But tell me what you think in the description, guys. And as always, make sure that you stay tuned to see what we work on, or start Trans Am next.